Basic Spanish, Program 9. Doing things.
¿Qué desea usted hacer?
What do you want to do?
Deseo comer.
I want to eat. Hacer and comer both are ER verbs because in the infinitive form they end in ER. Hacer is irregular. Comer is regular, which will always follow the ER verb conjugation pattern. Claro.
¿Qué come usted?
What are you eating?
Como cacahuates.
I'm eating peanuts. You're going to learn the present indicative of comer, which you can use as a model for all other regular ER verbs. In this tense, ER verbs have E's in their endings, where AR verbs have A's.
Beber.
Means to drink. Ask, what do you want to drink? Por supuesto. Your three key forms for the present indicative of comer, our model for ER verbs, are for yo,
Como.
I eat, I am eating, I do eat. For usted, él, ella,
Come.
you eat, you are eating, and so forth. And for nosotros, nosotras,
Comemos.
we eat, we are eating, we do eat. Bread is,
Pan.
say, I eat bread. C. Ask someone formally what he or she is eating. Perfecto. Cheese is,
Queso.
crackers is,
Galletas.
say, we're eating cheese and crackers. Eso es. You remember that to get the tú form, you add an S to the usted form. Ask your friend Pedro what he's eating. Sí. Lunch is,
Almuerzo.
ask where they're eating lunch, literally the lunch. Bien. Remember to drink, beber.
Ellos beben leche en el desayuno, agua en el almuerzo y café en la comida.
They drink milk at breakfast, water at lunch, and coffee at dinner. Cena can mean both dinner and supper.
¿Qué beben ustedes en la cena?
What do you all drink at supper? Answer, soft drinks.
Refrescos.
Bueno.
¿Qué lee usted?
What are you reading? The paper, the newspaper, is el periódico.
¿Qué lee usted?
Answer, saying that you're reading the paper. Excelente.
¿Qué venden allí?
What do they sell there? De todo means everything.
¿Qué venden allí?
Answer, saying that there they sell everything. Bravo. You remember to do, hacer.
¿Qué hace Pedro?
What is Pedro doing? In Spanish, as in English, to a question with hacer, to do, you usually don't use a form of that verb in the answer. What is he doing? He is eating. He's studying, etc.
¿Qué hace Pedro?
Recoger is to pick up. Say he's picking up his passport. Muy bien.
¿Cuándo recoges tu boleto?
When do you pick up your ticket?
Recojo mi boleto mañana.
I pick up my ticket tomorrow. Remember, G has a soft sound before E or I,
Recoger.
but a hard sound elsewhere.
Gota.
For example, to keep the soft G sound of recoger, the G becomes J before the O ending.
Escoger.
Is to choose.
Pastel.
Masculine is cake. Say, I'm choosing cake. Correcto.
¿Qué deseas hacer?
No deseo hacer nada. I don't want to do anything. Literally, I do not want to do nothing. Spanish uses this kind of not-nothing construction.
¿Qué desea hacer Pedro?
Answer that he doesn't want to do anything. Eso es.
¿Qué hace Pedro?
No hace nada.
¿Qué haces tú?
What are you doing? Hacer is irregular in the first person singular, that is the yo form, in the present indicative. I do, I am doing, is hago.
¿Qué haces tú?
Answer that you're doing nothing. Sí.
¿Qué hace Pedro?
Come. He's eating. Here the question asks, what is Pedro doing?
¿Qué hace Pedro?
Can also mean, what is Pedro making? Because hacer means both to do and to make. You have to tell from the situation which meaning hacer has. A cake is un pastel.
¿Qué hace Pedro?
Say that he's making a cake. Bueno.
¿Qué haces mañana?
What are you doing tomorrow?
Debo estudiar.
I ought to study. I should study. Deber is a regular ER verb.
¿Qué deben ustedes hacer hoy?
What should you all do today? Answer that you should do the work.
El trabajo.
Excelente.
¿Qué deben ustedes hacer hoy?
Say that you should study Spanish.
Estudiar español.
Por supuesto. ¿Qué debe usted hacer mañana?
Debo aprender la lección.
I should learn the lesson.
Debo aprender a manejar.
I ought to learn to drive. When aprender is followed by an infinitive, here manejar, the infinitive must have an a before it. Which sentence needs the a? I'm learning Spanish, or I'm learning to speak Spanish. Correcto. ¿Qué debe usted hacer?
Primero debo limpiar mi cuarto, después hacer mi tarea y luego ayudar a papá.
First, I ought to clean my room. Afterwards, do my homework, and then help Dad. To list different actions, you can start with
Primero,
first, and then introduce the following ones with words such as afterwards,
después,
then,
luego.
Read and complete this sentence. Be sure the same word isn't used twice. Claro. ¿Qué debe usted hacer?
Debo ayudar a papá a cortar la hierba.
I ought to help Dad cut the grass.
Ayudar,
To help is like
aprender.
to learn, in that when it is followed by an infinitive, the infinitive must have an a before it. Say, I help cut the grass. Eso es.
¿Cuándo deben abrir?
When must they open?
¿Quién debe ser?
Who must it be? Deber also can be used to mean must, to ask about or tell what someone wonders about or supposes.
Deben abrir a las 3.
They must open at 3.
Debe ser Carlos.
It must be Carlos. Cerrar is to close. Ask what time they must close. Muy bien. Someone is knocking at the door.
¿Quién debe ser?
Who must it be? You hear a noise. Ask what that
Eso.
must be. Sí.
¿Qué vas a hacer?
What are you going to do?
Voy a escribir algo.
I'm going to write something.
Escribir,
To write ends in IR, and thus is an IR verb. What kind of verb is
abrir.
to open? Perfecto.
¿Qué escriben ustedes?
What are you writing?
Escribimos una carta.
We are writing a letter. The endings for the present indicative of IR verbs are just like those for ER verbs, except for the nosotros, nosotras form. For ER verbs, the ending is hemos, and for the IR verbs, it is imos. Which verb is an IR verb? Bueno. Your three key forms for the present indicative of escribir, our model for regular IR verbs, are for yo,
escribo,
I write, I am writing, I do write. For usted, él, ella,
escribe,
you write, you are writing, and so forth. And for nosotros, nosotras,
escribimos,
we write, we are writing, we do write. Say, I'm writing a letter. Correcto. Ask someone what he or she is writing. Excelente. Ask several people what they are writing. ¿Cómo no?
¿Qué escriben ustedes?
Answer, a postcard.
Una tarjeta postal.
Sí. Ask your friend what he or she is writing. Bueno. Remember, to open is
Abrir.
ask, what time do they open? Claro.
¿A qué hora abren ustedes?
Answer, saying at 9. Bien.
¿Dónde vive usted?
Say that you live far from here.
Lejos de aquí.
Eso es. When you are just interested in an action, not in the one performing it, you use an impersonal construction. Which is the impersonal construction? Sí. In English, impersonal constructions not only use they, but also one or you. One doesn't talk in the library. You don't talk in the library. Here, you doesn't refer specifically to the person being spoken to, but to anybody. They, impersonal, don't talk in the library. Which is the impersonal expression? Por supuesto. Impersonal constructions in Spanish are formed with se plus the third person of a verb.
No se habla en la biblioteca.
One doesn't talk in the library. You don't talk in the library. They don't talk in the library. To smoke is
Fumar.
say, you don't smoke in the movie theater. Bravo.
Debo estudiar mucho.
I should study a lot. How would you say one should study a lot? Excelente.
Se habla español en España.
Is you speak Spanish in Spain. They speak Spanish in Spain. One speaks Spanish in Spain. Or Spanish is spoken in Spain. Impersonal constructions with the subject for the verb can also have as an English parallel a construction with the noun given first. Say, Spanish is spoken here. Eso es. Compare.
Se habla español aquí.
One, you, they speak Spanish here. Spanish is spoken here. And
Se hablan inglés y español aquí.
one, you, they speak English and Spanish here. English and Spanish are spoken here. Regardless of what the English equivalent of any impersonal construction is, the Spanish verb is plural if the Spanish subject is plural. Complete this sentence. Correcto.
Se abre a las 10.
They open at 10.
Se abre la puerta a las 10.
They open the door at 10. The door is opened at 10. How do you say the store
La tienda
is opened at 10? Muy bien.
Se abre la tienda a las 10.
Say, they open the doors at 10. Perfecto.